Welcome back to the latest editions of a Nook Fears Storytime. Oh, I got a petty one for y'all today. Now, I said that when I turned 30, I was going to leave petty me behind in my 20s. I said I wasn't going to be petty anymore. But there has been a situation that has occurred that the voices in my head said, don't let this slide. After further deliberations with the voices in my head, they said, you can't let this go. Your manhood has been attacked. Your integrity has been attacked. America, happy Veterans Day, has been attacked. Now, when I turned 30, I became a more peaceful person. I left crash out me behind. And so I thought I did. But every once in a while, you have to turn back the clock when somebody challenges you. Okay? So today on Nook Fears Storytime, I'm going to tell y'all about an accidental encounter I had with a young lady. And I am going to read some messages towards the end of why I'm doing this video, the ending messages that led to this, so y'all can understand where I'm coming from and why I'm here to protect my honor. Okay, so let's take it from the top. Let's go to the beginning. On October 16th of 2025, I get an accidental text message from a number I did not know. They were asking, did I have any plans for the weekend? Again, random number, not saved in my phone. So naturally, I asked, who is this? And they respond and say, it's Jasmine. Now, anybody who knows me knows I know two Jasmines, but they both have iPhones. This particular number was an Android. So I was confused. I was like, did one of the Jasmines get a new phone? Or did something happen to their phone and they're using a backup? Or they're using somebody else's phone? I didn't know what was going on, but I know two Jasmines. But I ignored the fact that this Jasmine spelled their name without the E. It's just Jasmin. Both the Jasmines I know have the E. But I wasn't paying no attention to that. So when I saw this is Jasmine, would you like to come have dinner with us? That was the next message. Now, I'm thinking it's one of the Jasmines I know that's in a relationship close to where I live, because best friend is off in another state, so she can't invite me to dinner. So it must be the one that's in state close to where I live. So me blindly, foolishly, was just like, I'm not doing anything this weekend. Sure, I would love to join you guys for dinner, because I'm thinking she's talking about her and her partner. But then the next text message is, oh, I'm sorry, is this Jackie's number? That's when I realized not either one of the Jasmines that I know. It's a wrong number. I politely said, no, this isn't Jackie. You have the wrong number. Then this person just begins to, I guess, feel embarrassed, and she kept apologizing and was saying, sorry, I hope I didn't bother you. I was looking for my friend Jackie, blah, 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 blah. I say, it's cool. It happens. No harm, no foul. But then, before I knew that this person wasn't American, you know, as Americans, especially black folks, when we got the wrong number, that's it. We not having no conversation with no stranger we don't know. We leave it alone. But not this number, not this person. This person then proceeds to begin to introduce themselves. Hey, I'm Jasmine. I'm 30. If you are close to LA, I would love to take you out for coffee as an apology. LA? You're from LA? I said, no, it's fine. I live in Louisiana, so don't worry about it. It's okay. It's no big deal. Happens all the time. Wrong number. She didn't stop there. She kept having I just wanted to be very clear. She's continuing the conversation with me. She's making conversations with me. I'm not bothering this lady. She's making conversation with me. She just proceeds to tell me that she's she's divorced. Then she asked me, was I married? I said no. She said she ain't got no kids. She asked me, do I have kids? I said one. Now we getting personal, off the rip. I don't know who you are. But she's trying to see, she's trying to gauge who I am. That's just unnormal, un-American behavior. She says, I'm divorced, I ain't got no kids. I live in LA. I'm a jeweler. I've been a jeweler since 2016, which means you've been a jeweler since you were 21 years old. She has her own shop in LA. This is before I knew all the details of anything. I own a shop in LA. If you're ever in LA, you should come through my shop. Okay. Then she was like, well, this is my business number, because she was texting me from a business number. She owns a business. This is the business number. Okay, cool. This is my business number. Can you text me on WhatsApp? That's the app I use to talk to my mom, who lives back in Singapore. That's when she begins to tell me she's from Singapore. So she's Singaporean. She says she was born and raised in Singapore. Her mother's Singapore. Her dad is Portuguese, though. So she's a mix, Portuguese and Singaporean. Now, to this moment in time, if you watch Love is Blind, I'm not saying that that's what we were doing, trying to follow it up, but we are communicating and we have not seen what each other looks like. We're just talking. We're just getting to know each other. We don't know who is on the other line that we're talking to. So I say, okay, I'll download WhatsApp and we can talk on there. Apparently, WhatsApp has the FaceTime feature, of course. So it's like, okay. So I download WhatsApp, and now we text, right? Personally. So now on the business phone, we texting personally. So we get to know each other more and more, blah, 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 day by day. She's checking in on me, what I got going on at work. I'm checking in on her. Most of her day is pretty much at the at her office, doing paperwork, whatever the case may be. I found, there's things in between that she likes to do that aligned. She goes for morning runs. She does that horseback riding at ranches, like equestrian stuff. She golfs, and anybody who knows about golf, and I'm an avid golf lover. I love golf. People might not know that about me. I watch golf. Golf is a very expensive sport, and the fact that she has a tee time tells me that she's either part of a club, which is exclusive and expensive, which tells me she does very well as a jeweler. Because anybody knows, if you go to one of your sporting goods stores, Academy, whatever the case may be, the cheapest club you may find may be $300, and that's a bad club. Clubs are very expensive. So the fact that you do all this stuff tells me you do very well, right? Still haven't seen what she looked like yet. We just talking, exchanging pleasantries. Now, at this point, I'm not sure if this person is real. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like we hadn't talked on the phone yet. We hadn't FaceTime. We hadn't seen each other. We just took that little phase to just getting to know each other. Now, we've been talking for about a week. I need to know what you sound like. I need to know what you look like. So I was like, well, damn, let's call. Let's get on the call. And of course, and also I'm trying to figure out as if this person is a catfish. Because look, I'm not gonna lie to you. At this point, when I said let's do the call, I did get a picture, but the picture did not look real. I want y'all to understand, when I got the first picture she sent me, it did not look real. Now the woman in the picture looked good. The woman in the picture was attractive, and I could tell at that moment in time she was foreign. Now, you know what I'm saying? She was Asian. I tried to do that catfish stuff that Neve was doing. Hey, take the picture, put it in the search engine. Does this pop up anywhere? Anything like that? I couldn't find anything. The next day I got a couple more pictures. Still did not look real. Like these pictures, like I don't know what she's using as far as filters or editing. These pictures do not look real. Like, and then if you understand the way she was talking, it was the conversations was very robotic. It's like you was talking to Chat GPT sometimes. So I'm like, nah, we need to get on the phone. I need to hear you at least. So she agreed. I'm like, okay, catfishes normally, you know, they try to shy away from contact, but she agreed. So she calls, and it's this very thick foreign accent. Good English, but very thick. Like you really got to listen to properly understand what she's trying to say, because you could tell English is not her first language, even though she's pretty decent at it. So we're talking. She sounds good. She sounds good. She sounds lovely. You know, I'm understanding the accent is thick. It's all good to this point. I'm like, okay. So we have a little short interaction on the phone. I'm like, okay, I hear the voice. I hear a person's voice. But are you the person in these pictures? So a couple days go by, we still hadn't FaceTime or whatever. But it came to a point where it's like, okay, I need to see you like face to face, because I need to know for sure, are you real? So she agreed to do a FaceTime. I'm like, that's promising. You agree to do a FaceTime? Catfishers don't agree to do FaceTime, especially not this soon. So I'm at the gym when she FaceTimes me. She's at her office, right? We get on FaceTime and I see her. Now we're looking at each other face to face, eye to eye in real time. She is the woman in the pictures that I've been seeing. She's attractive. She is an attractive Singaporean Asian woman. Okay, you know, she was feeling me, how I was looking. Okay, you know. So that was that. We met on FaceTime. We got to see each other. We are who we say we are. Okay, now that I know I'm not talking to a robot or a catfish, you a real person, let's see where this goes. So time goes on. We just communicate all throughout the day. Now there's a 3-hour time difference, so you know I'm ahead of her 3 hours. I have to wait for her to get up. But the moment she gets up, she's texting me from the office. She's texting me when she's not doing meetings. We're talking every single day, right? She's sending me pictures from the office, and it's it's this high quality stuff. These high quality dresses. She even sent me a picture from the office in some Chanel. Now, at this point, I know I'm out of this lady's tax bracket. You know what I'm saying? I could tell the scales of finances are completely different, but we haven't really talked about finances yet. Money hadn't become a thing yet. I knew she made money. And that's the thing. And I want to stop right here. I know what she does. She's a designer, a jewelry designer, high-end jewelry. You can't even go in the shop and just shop. You have to make an appointment. And then she doesn't even start designing and making the jewelry until she's gotten full description of exactly what you want. So she only uses high-end, like diamonds, emerald, stuff like that. It's very high quality stuff. She sent me pictures of it. So I'm like, okay, you are upscale. Now she knows what I do for a living. I'm a blue collar worker. I'm an everyday 9 to 5, 7 to 4, whatever you want to call it. I go to work. I'm a blue blood. A very modest thing that I do. So I make what I make. But that didn't seem to be a problem, right? She knew what I do. She knew about where I'm at in life. All right. So we talking for a couple weeks, and everything is going smooth. Like she's checking on me and asking me how's my day, giving me advice on how to relax and this, that, and the third. We've made plans to see each other. She said, when we first started talking, I had just missed her. She was just in New Orleans for a jewelry exhibit, showing off her jewelry. She said she was coming back to do another one in December. So the plan was we're going to meet in New Orleans in December for the first time in person, right? The plan was to meet in person, catch a vibe. And if the vibe was good, if we clicked, then the next time we saw each other, I was going to fly to LA. She had already told me what she wanted to do with me when we came out to LA, how she wanted to go grab. At first I thought she was a very simple person. I didn't know LA had got to her because she was like, I just need a good coffee or a good juice. And I'm pretty good. I'm a simple person. I like going take a walks on the beach. We can go for a walk on the beach. It's very simple stuff. She had not showed her backside to this point. I thought she was a very humble, simple, just businesswoman that's just trying to find love in this world. Because the reason she got divorced is because her husband cheated on her when they very first got married. Now, I thought that was a red flag because I'm like, I always go to for the person that cheats, I always go to the person that cheats. Why did you cheat? Because on the surface, from what I've been getting to know of this person, this is a sweet, lovely, beautiful woman with a good head on her shoulders and stuff like that. Why would you dare cheat on somebody like this? Why would you mess this up? But it did raise that red flag in my mind. Like, what is wrong with her that made you want to cheat? I hadn't seen it yet. I don't know why he left. But the conversation between me and her, the vibes between me and her was so good, I didn't really think about it because at this point, hell, I'm trying to get taken out of the hood. Let's be honest. Like, I feel like I got to play right here. Not like, and I'm not thinking marriage or anything like that, but I'm thinking what I'm thinking is, if nothing else, there's a friendship here. There's a connection here. Like, as far as like, if I go to LA, I have a connect. She come to Louisiana, she has a connect. It's very important that you have connects in different places. Plus, also, before I get into the dark side of her, she did inspire me. Like, everything that she did inspired me to find my old laptop, and I even started to write again. Like, I had an idea for an original series, an original show that I wanted to create, and I actually completed a pilot episode for the original series that I came up with. And my goal is to write 10 episodes. And I don't know if y'all ever tried to write a TV show or a series. It's a long process. The pilot episode, I started on the first episode at 9 o'clock in the morning. I didn't finish writing the pilot episode until 7 o'clock that night. I even forgot to eat. I spent all day working on just the first episode. I still have 9 more to write. So I won't tell y'all what the title of it is. I won't tell you what it's about. But I'm telling you right now, I won't be done with it until next year. But when I finally do finish it, and I will finish it because now it's in my heart, the plan for me is to sell or sell the script. I want the script to get picked up and possibly produced to where you can see it somewhere. Where if it's not Netflix, Tubi, Amazon, Hulu, wherever this show can get produced, that's my goal. She inspired that in me by all the things that she was doing. I was like, dang, because I wanted to find a way to get on her level. I wanted to find my own way to get on her level. And I'm a creative person. I just hadn't been applying myself until I started writing my original series. So I did that. Cool. I'm like, okay, this woman is drawing something out of me. She's drawing something out of me. Like, I feel like at some point I'm gonna hit it big. But then here comes the downfall. At this point, I believe it's been 3 weeks. After 3 weeks of constant communication and vibing and clicking, and we are literally 1 month away from meeting each other in person. She comes to me one day and was like, do you have any investments? Now we're about to have the financial talk. Okay, let's see how this goes, because clearly her portfolio is what it is. I tell her, no, I don't have any investments. And what people don't know about me is I did dabble in crypto. I did have some stocks. I did have some crypto. but I had to sell the stocks that I had, and my crypto failed. When the crypto market crashed, all the crypto that I had was worthless. So I had an idea of what trading crypto was like because I did it. But she was like, I think you should invest in gold, because she invests in gold. She deals with crypto. There was this crypto, ETH. That's also what she wanted me to invest in. Now, this is where she started to stunt and flex. She proceeds to tell me that she invested $50,000 in that market just to invest. Now, that's play money. That's $50,000 just to play with, right? I want people to understand something. Anytime somebody can throw around $50,000 in a market they can't control, and it's just chump change to them, they're on a different level. I don't operate like that because I wouldn't have done nothing like that. When I think of investing, I think of investing in something like small businesses, invested in something that I can control the profits based on my energy, my effort, my hard work, my marketing skills. Like, I ran a business for 5 years. I kept the business open for 5 years. I controlled whether I made money in that business or not. Right? So I know. So my idea of investing is different from hers. You want to invest in these markets where they shift. Now, at first I avoided it. I told her I had a headache. You know, the black in me came out. I told her I had a headache. She didn't bother me about it for the rest of that night, but the next day she came back to it. She said, how much money do you have to invest? I say, well, dang, I just bought a new car. I don't have a lot of capital left. She said, what do you have? I told her what I had. And she said, okay, I want you to take that and I want you to invest it in this market right here. Now, what I did was, as a business mind, because you're not just about to have me put my money somewhere and I don't know where it's going. So I did my research. I sought advice from my brother who also deals with this stuff. And we both agreed it was too risky. Now, her money and my money are different. Now, my money is more valuable to me at this moment in time because the spare money that I'm using, I'm dipping into that to help the people that matter to me most. I have people in my life, especially one particular person who I'm supporting right now because something bad happened to them financially. So that money that I'm using is not to be played with because I'm using it. It's not ready to be invested anywhere where I can't control. That's what I was trying to explain to her. But it's like she wasn't understanding me. She wasn't hearing me. Her thing was, you just need to invest it, because you're. I mean, and I'm telling her, well, I can't control this market. I mean, what if I lose this money when I put it in here? And she's just like, oh, well, it's just a learning experience. Not for me. That's very vital and essential money, ma'am. I don't think you understand. Um, I'm not comfortable investing my money into a market that I can't control that goes up and down all the time just because you say so. Now, I felt like we was mature enough to have a different of opinions. This is America. If I'm not comfortable with something, I'm not going to do it, especially with my money. It's not like you're offering to give me the investment money. You're not saying, oh, I'm going to give you the investment money, and when you make a profit, just pay me back. Because I would have been more than happy to do that, but she's not saying that. She's saying, use your money. Oh, okay. You want me to use my money? Because it's not going to hurt your pockets if I lose my money. I politely disagreed. I said, I now it's not, and I didn't say that I wouldn't invest at all. I said, I'm not going to invest right now. Now is not the time for me to invest. She's like, well, the market is hot right now. You need to get in now, 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 now. The market is hot. I said, I want to wait till I've built my capital back up to invest, because you playing around with a lot of money. I'm not. We just gonna keep it a bean. You got a lot more money to spare than I do. You can lose the amount of money that I have to invest. You can lose that and wouldn't even blink an eye. You're gonna sleep great at night. I have to figure out how to get that money back. That's the difference, and that's not what. And she wasn't understanding that. That's the first moment I realized that she didn't understand where I was coming from. She couldn't walk in my shoes. And this sparked a different side of her. Here comes the BS. Now I'm going to read you a series of messages. Y'all can interpret it however you want, but I'm going to interpret it the way I saw it, the way I heard it. Because when I told her that I wasn't going to invest, she stopped talking to me for a couple of days. Because she had told me that I hesitate and it seems like I'm just, it seems like I just talk the talk but don't walk the walk. Or whatever the case may be. So I text her back a couple days after she had stopped talking to me. I said, hey, so are we just not going to talk anymore? And she said, I've been trying. Hold on. She said, I've been guiding you to make our future easier. Our future? Now, this is where I got confused. What do you mean our future? Because to this point, we hadn't put a title on anything. We hadn't discussed what our future plans were. We hadn't discussed what we're going to do when we met in New Orleans. What future? I'm guiding you for our future. I'm in this where I'm big on communication. I'm asking for clarity. What do you mean by that? What is our future? You don't know what our future is? Jezebel, no, I don't know what our future is. That's why I'm asking you to clarify what you think our future is. Because to this point, you hadn't said what you wanted this to turn into. You know what I want us to be, but you don't want me to help you. How are you helping me? By telling me to invest in a market I can't control? In a market that you can't guarantee that I'm going to make a profit, especially not an immediate one? What are you talking about? And I said, you never said exactly what you wanted us to be. I'm so confused. How do you want to, how do I not want you to help me? I thought we've been on the same page the whole time. Then she wants to get a little sassy. Just message me when you get what I meant. Okay, now you're being a little childish. Okay, let me be mature. Why you won't just be direct and say it? I need clarity. That's why I'm just asking for a little transparency and communication, right? I'm trying to be mature. You already told me the answer. Opportunities never wait. Opportunities are what we need to seize. And your hesitation, waiting, will let the opportunity slip from your hands. So, I'm sorry. Has this market not been around forever? Has this market ever disappeared? So you telling me if I don't invest today that the market's not going to be here tomorrow at some point? Or there's not going to be a different market that I can invest my money in to get my portfolio back up? It has to be this particular market at this particular time when you say so. Okay. Moving on. I went on to tell her it didn't feel good when you went cold on me during our first disagreement. Everything changed. I didn't see that coming. And this is where the disrespect came in. This woman, this whoremonger, decides to tell me I don't need a man who can't do anything with me. You cannot understand my heart. What are you, Shakespeare now? What do you mean you don't need a man that can't do anything with you? Don't got a man at this current moment to do anything with you in the first place. I can't understand your heart. Your heart. I just met you 3 weeks ago via accidental text message. I don't know your heart. So I say, so that's what this is about? Money? Not about who I am. Not about my character. But what I can bring to the table monetarily? I've got your answer. You don't care about my feelings. So why should I care about yours? Oh, oh, oh. So now this trickster is gaslighting me. Now I don't care about your feelings because I didn't do what you say. I didn't do what you said. I didn't follow your orders. Who do you? Okay. I do care about your feelings. I actually really liked you, but you are really pushing me away because I didn't do what you wanted me to do at the very moment you wanted me to do it. I don't think that's fair. We can have different opinions and still respect each other. That's what communication is for. I respect you and your feelings as long as you respect me and mine. We can both handle this maturely. That's coming from me. This, this is where she really started to pour on the gasoline. Check this out, people. She said, my time is valuable. I have my own life goals. Do I really need to spend the rest of my life with a man who cannot share those goals with me? I'm sorry. I can't do it. Who said anything about spending the rest of their lives together? Ma'am, who said anything about spending the rest of our lives together? And what does me invested in gold have to do with the goals in life that we could possibly share together? Because I don't make one investment that you wanted me to make. Now we don't have the same goals in life, which is success. My goal in life is success no matter what I invest in, no matter what I do. So what are you talking about? That's why I work so hard to make money. I don't want to be without money. To treat my parents when they're sick. I don't want my future children to lack a good education. So are you trying to say my child is stupid because my child is in the public school system and not a private school? Because you don't have to go to a charter or a private school to get a good education. You don't need money to necessarily get a good education. I am from the slums. I come from the belly of the beast. I'm a very highly intelligible person. I'm highly educated. I am on the public Peabody Magnet High School educational system. I went to college and was crushing it my first year. It's not a private college. What are you talking about? You can get a good education. And then I'm thinking about it. I'm like, you help your parents now. You have the money to help your parents when they're sick now. And this is what I understand about women, successful women. You already have been doing good on your own before you even met me. Whatever I bring to your table is just extra to your table. You did not need me monetarily before you met me. You did not need me to be on your level before you met me because you were already doing these things by yourself. So what are you talking about? We will only drift further apart because our thoughts are not on the same level. You just want to live your life in comfort, so I'm going to let you go live your life comfortably. I won't bother you again, so please don't disturb my life anymore. That's how she ended it. Please don't disturb my life anymore, as if I was a freaking peasant bothering her life. Now, keep in mind, I told you, she texted me. She kept the conversation going with me. She fell for me because apparently in her head, she's building a life together that we did not talk about, that does not exist. So let me defend myself. Let me remind this jigaboo of who I am. I am King Himothy, the notorious Him, Him Possible, Hemi Turner, and the newly crowned Jimi Hendrix. I am the tribal host. I am the tribal chief. I am the head of the table. The people around me, they eat. They do just fine. See, I might not be on your level financially, That's all fine and dandy. But one thing you can't say about me, baby, is that I'm begging for money. Is that I'm down and out in the slums. That I've been put out the pasture. That I can't do for myself. That I can't do for those around me. Let me explain something to you, sweetheart. Because you ain't been through what I've been through. You ain't seen the things I've seen. You ain't done the things I've done. I'm glad you've done well for yourself in your life. At 30 years old, I am not supposed to be where I am today. I'm not supposed to have what I have today based on what I went through starting from when I was 19 years old, when I first had my child. I spent my entire 20s learning how to be an adult, learning how to be a parent at the same time, growing up with my child, having nothing, going through an addiction of gambling, almost losing everything, not knowing when my next meal was going to come because my paychecks was getting garnered, not knowing how I was going to pay my bills, having to put my vehicle up as collateral to get a loan just to pay those bills. Quitting my job to go into my own business venture, that not working out well, having to come back to the job and starting all over again. I've been through some stuff which has made me a good man, a great man, a phenomenal king. And I'm a king in every sense of the word, sweetheart. I'm not on your level. Let me explain something to you. Your husband cheated on you. The very moment he said, I do. And guess what, sweetheart? Black men don't cheat. We don't. Don't let anybody tell you differently. I'm not on your level, but I have a roof over my head, just like you do. I have four wheels that get me from point A to point B, just like you do. You take care of yourself and your family, just like I do. You've been able to take trips and go places that you wanted to go. So have I. On a lot less money than you. So how am I not on your level? How am I not a king? How am I not a provider? Even when I couldn't be a provider, I was still him. That's why I still stand to this day. To this day, I still stand as the tribal chief, bestowed upon me by the elders, the ancestors, because I am best fit at this moment in time, at this era, in this generation, to lead my people. But I'm not on your level. Baby girl, you are beautiful, but you are oh so ugly at the same time. And you lucky that I left Crash Out Me, petting me, the real Crash Out Me in the past. Because real Crash Out Me would have caught a flight to LA, would have showed up at your shop in LA, and you would have had to tell me this to my face. Let's see how much English you know then. But I'm not on your level. You have no idea who I am, what I'm capable of. You don't realize you just lost out on one of the best things that could have happened to you. I'm an asset in every sense of the way. Even if this wasn't a romantic thing, this could have been a business connection. I could have been a marketing guru for your company and a great friend, a great ally to have. And you threw that in the trash because you wanted to exert your dominance. You thought that you were better than me. You thought you were better than me. Ha! You thought. But that's okay, baby girl. Whether it's America, whether it's Singapore or Portugal, I don't give up. I don't give two Newport shorts. I am currently and always forever will be him. That's all I got to say. I hope I see you down the road. because we will be meeting at the top. You can bet your bottom dollar on that. You can bet your gold on that, baby. I'm out.